This is a perfect agent guide on how to speedrun Deep Sea Nullify threat. The time I set is 5 minutes 23 seconds, but your target time is 6 minutes and 7 seconds. This level isn't nearly as hard as you might think it is. It's another one of those kind of maze-like levels, and I think the people that made Perfect Dark intentionally made these later levels feel quite maze-like. And as with a lot of Perfect Dark levels, the hardest part is actually the start of it, which may put a lot of people off this level. Right here you can see that I actually waste about 10 seconds trying to get a headshot on this guy, but it's worth doing because their shotguns can really drain your health. You'll want to use your IR scanner like right off the bat just as soon as you enter the first room with enemies, because all the enemies in this part are cloaked, and the IR scanner pretty much renders the cloak useless because it's infrared and you can just pretty much see everyone where they are, and it just really helps out. I also really heavily recommend exploiting Elvis's Farsight because it's a much better weapon than the pistol you get. So if you really don't feel comfortable fighting these guys with your pistol, just stay back and Elvis will probably take care of most of the work for you. If you can avoid it, don't even bother using the shotgun. It's a really terrible weapon. I just tried to use the pistol for as long as possible, and then hopefully you get the CMP off the guards in the red uniform. There will be guards hiding all around corners, and as you see I just got caught out by one. I would say take your time, but this is a speed run so you can't really do that, just kind of try and memorize where they are. So yeah, my controller died at this point, but luckily when the controller dies it brings the pause menu up, and that time isn't actually counted to your overall time, so that's why I stopped the time right there. There are 3 of these little switches you have to shoot, and this is the second one, and you have to shoot these to open the door. If you missed me shooting the first one, you might have to skip the video back a little bit just so you don't miss that. And if you're playing this part on your TVs on standard brightness, you're probably not going to be able to see these little switches. I tend to put my brightness quite high whenever I'm doing this, so I can see those little switches, but you know, probably what you'll want to do is play this level first on agent mode and just learn where those switches are, get a feel for that part, because the last thing you want to do is get lost in that little part. It is quite maze-like, and some corridors are dead ends, which I kind of fall for at times. And you'll see that I basically just left Elvis to it there. There's no need to stand around and wait for him to hack the terminal. You can just run ahead, and by the time you get to the teleporter, he'll have hacked it. And be very careful to enter that room that he goes into, because it's really easy to get ambushed, and you can just literally turn a corner and lose all your health. From here on in I like to use the CMP and use the follow-on mode on it because yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed accuracy. The guards on Perfect Agent will drop 10 bullets, so if you can kill a guard with less than 10 bullets, then that means you're always going to have enough to kill the next guards. I think that when you get to this part of the level, the worst is really behind you, and it's pretty straightforward. The only real risk from here on in is either running out of bullets or that Elvis will actually die on you, because from now we're actually going to be running past a lot of the enemies, and sometimes Elvis will actually get caught in the middle of them and he can sometimes get killed. So now we have the Farsight, and Joe hates all of these glass cylinders, so destroy all of them. And the great thing about the Farsight is that it's a one-hit kill on those glass cylinders. I can't imagine the amount of ammo you would actually waste using the normal CMP gun. There are also a number of turrets to watch out for, and again the great thing about the Farsight is that it's a one-hit kill and it shoots through walls, so you only have to see a tiny amount of it to actually destroy these things. So this is the first time we see a group of the little baby Skedar, and killing these little things is only going to slow you down. They're kind of hard to hit because they're so small. It would probably be a one-hit kill with the Farsight, but it'll just waste your time hanging around, so I just run in this part, and the only thing again to worry about is Elvis being killed. In the middle of each of these rooms you'll see, oh, and I get caught out by this turret, so be careful, like try and remember that one. I'm just lucky not to get hit there, usually they're quite accurate. It's basically just room after room of these cylinders, and all you're doing is destroying them, and then we're running back to the door that would have been locked if I hadn't destroyed those cylinders. Before you go into this next room, switch to the secondary function, which is target locator, and take out the turret in the middle of the room. I kind of messed up and I was standing under it so it didn't hit me. But the game conveniently places little baby Skeddars in front of the next glass cylinders, and they're hidden unless you use the secondary view aiming in on the far side. I actually got Elvis's help here to take out these Mr. Blondes. You could probably use the far side to take them out if you want it, but if you have any CMP ammo, use that. And you'll see there I very quickly pressed pause and equipped it a little backup disc to use on Dr. Carl. And once you've done that, a cutscene will trigger and it'll throw you back out to the earlier hallway we were in. Now all you have to do is escape the level. If you want to kind of hang back a little bit, it might be worth staying back and taking out some of these guards. Maybe you could even use the far sight. I just kind of ran past most of them. If you feel like you're low on health, but you have enough ammo, like you could stay back and shoot these guys. But remember, there is a self-destruct time sequence going on here, so you do have to make sure and get out before that timer counts down. So there you have it, we have successfully nullified the threat. I'm not really going to analyse this level anymore, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The next level, however, is pretty difficult, and I am going to really analyse that, and it's Carrington Institute Defence. So to watch that, click on the video to the left. The individual crown for this level is Can't Touch This. So when the video for it's available, then click the video to the right to watch that. If you'd like to support my channel, you can do this on Patreon. By pledging as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to my videos and you'll get a little email when I upload a new video. Another way to stay in touch is on Twitter. My username is just @JMMReview, or you can just subscribe for the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helps you set a good time.